This is the Retirement Solution Podcast with financial advisor Jon Hicks, founder of J. Hagan Capital.
16-time Grammy Award-winning musician, composer, and producer David Foster and his wife, acclaimed singer, television, and Broadway star Katharine McPhee, recently joined forces on stage with the Nashville Symphony for an intimate performance of some of their most popular songs. Not only did Jon get to attend that concert, but afterwards, he had the chance to sit down for a one-on-one conversation with the powerhouse couple, where they talked about family, professional drive, and the legacy they hope to leave. Here's that conversation.
You were such a good audience today.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. You guys were enthralling. It was fabulous. I mean, the chemistry that you guys have is pretty remarkable.
Weird. I mean, do you feel that, or?
I mean, we're just being ourselves, right?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
I mean,
We are truly just being ourselves.
yeah. I mean, sometimes we worry that because we kind of
Banter.
rag on each other a little bit, and we worry that like people are uncomfortable and they think that we're actually fighting. I mean, there has been a time where.
Well, I mean, the thing about Try being married to him, that did hit kind of hard.
No, it didn't. Come on.
No.
I think it's the human element actually that everyone probably latches onto.
Right.
You had met my wife earlier,
Yes.
Neil. She and I have worked together in our office setting for 6 years. We both also have small children. So there's any given
Independently or?
no, together. So, the youngest, 8-year-old, Allie, she's fabulous, but she is often seen in the office filing papers.
Oh, wow.
When she and I have to work late
Love
in some
it.
of those nights. That was one of the questions I was going to ask. So as you have a 2-year-old, and you've been on the road, and so forth, how is that dynamic for you guys? Do you enjoy it? Do you embrace it? Is it?
I think it's the best part of our touring to have him with us.
Oh,
I mean,
it's so fun.
right?
Yeah. I mean, believe me, there's moments that are challenging it's not the moments on stage that are challenging with him. Everything's joyful when we're on stage, backstage with him. It's the, in between hotels, long car drives when he's truthfully been amazing, but every once in a while it becomes overwhelming.
Sure.
But yeah, it makes it so, I feel like we would just be miserable without him. We'd be so sad without him.
And sooner or later, he's going to be in school.
Sure.
And we won't be able to have him. And you know that drill too, right?
Absolutely.
School becomes.
Right. And then you have to really weigh
absolutely.
like, okay, which shows are we doing? Because we don't want to be away from him too much. And
The travel soccer or the drum lessons. Or I'm
exactly.
familiar with those
You
things.
know, early on, John, I sat Kat down and had her watch Sonny and Cher when we were first starting to tour together.
Yeah. Sure.
And I watched it too, because they were the epitome of perfect as a couple, right?
Oh my
and so
gosh.
we've tried to, maybe just at least be influenced by them. We'll never get there because they were just flawless.
Sure.
And she was flawless in her put downs and he was flawless in his
But
put
you can
downs,
see
too.
there's a giddiness too. Like there was a bubbliness. They laughed a lot
Yeah.
at themselves. And so, I mean, I think we bring a little bit of that.
They were
to the table.
truly having fun.
Yeah.
True passion. And that was kind of my next question. So you can see that you're both passionate, different phases of your careers, frankly, but both very passionate.
Sure.
Where does the drive come from? That would be maybe my question, especially you, David. I mean, you've done this for quite some time. As we were going through your catalog tonight of the hits, I realized that different formidable parts of my life, there was something that every single phase was hitting me.
But I never got the chance to actually go and perform those songs and get that feeling that all the artists that I worked with got. They got to leave the studio and go out and present those songs that we did together to an audience and get the feedback of what worked and what didn't and the exhilaration of an audience going crazy. And I just stayed in the studio next and, for years and years and years and years and years.
I think the drive comes from birth, honestly. Like, I mean, when I think about, and also having the great fortune of being young and knowing what you want to do from a very young age. Like I knew what I wanted to do from a very young age. You did as well. Looks like our son sort of knows what he wants to do from a young age, but it's been interesting to watch like Rennie because Rennie, I mean, we don't know what's going to happen. Maybe he'll turn into interest in other things, but he's so obsessed with what he is naturally good at. And he's only 2.
Which is drumming.
And like he's really getting good at it. Like it's kind of wild.
But I wonder if we hadn't had him on the road and having him watch our drummer for all those months, starting when he was like 14 months old. But I wonder if he'd still be drumming.
Sure. But like he was never not going to be around music. That was never going to be a part of his life.
And so many things. I mean, coming from Canada, the immersion idea, the idea of Canadian hockey, if you listen to Malcolm Gladwell, or the fact that they start so much earlier, his exposure is going to be pretty awesome for that going forward. Yeah. So that kind of leads me. So talking about legacy, you've had an unbelievable career. We're going to see the best probably from you for a long time. So when you're thinking about legacy, I know that you've had the David Foster Foundation and you're helping people there too. What are the legacies that do you all talk about that much? As far as the legacies you really like to leave behind?
No, never. No. I mean,
you don't like to think about that.
No, some of these songs of mine are like 40 plus years old and they're still, getting some attention. So I imagine that'll carry on after I'm gone. But I always said that what I wanted on my tombstone was he did his best. Yeah. That's what I want, because I really think that I did my best. And my foundation work with the families of children that need organ transplants is really important to me, because obviously the feedback is incredible. I said earlier in an interview, we are the one bright light in a family's worst day.
Certainly.
And it's not easy going. It's kind of tough work. It's not just my name. We put in a lot of work, but it's very rewarding. So maybe that'll be the legacy. I don't know.
That's fabulous.
Yeah.
Yours will probably be Smash.
No,
I'm kidding.
God, really? God, I hope not.
No,
I hope that's something
people just go crazy.
We love that.
Well, thank you, but that was a long time ago. So hopefully I have something else like when I'm 50. But no, I mean, I loved Smash, but I'm like, I hope there's something else that I do besides that. But honestly, I do still fantasize about doing this for my career and that for my career, but truly nothing will be like a more special day than the day my son was born. Sure. Nothing will come close to how beautiful that day was for me. So
I think if you could wave a magic wand for Kat over the next 5 years, I think it would be to originate a great role on Broadway and or on television.
I think you'll absolutely succeed in that.
I'll do
if you decide you want to do that. That's incredible. David, thank you so much. Kat, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
We've enjoyed all you do.
Thanks, John.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thanks for listening to the Retirement Solution Podcast with Jon Hicks. Begin the conversation about your savings plan with John and the team at J. Hagan Capital by visiting retirementsolutionradio.com. Be sure to listen to John's radio show, The Retirement Solution, Saturdays at 8 a.m. and Sundays at 9 a.m. on News Radio 840 WHAS.
J. Hagan Capital Inc. is not licensed in all 50 states. To find out if J. Hagan Capital Inc. is licensed in your state, please call 502-690-5635. J. Hagan Capital Inc. is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency. It does not provide legal or tax advice. Annuity guarantees rely solely on the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. By contacting us, you may be provided with information about insurance and annuity products offered through Jonathan Hicks, insurance license number 548962.